So before I wrap up this video tutorial series, I want to show you guys the Appload dialog box one more time. Just a refresher for those that watched the earlier lesson, and if you skipped ahead, this will be the first time I'm showing you this. So let's say you've written your code already, and you want to load it into your active drawing. All you do is you browse to it here, and click on Load. Now if you close your drawing and reopen it, or start a new drawing, you'll have to load your code again. So I just wanted to show you guys this one more time, because often I'll write code, I'll be in a drawing and it won't work, and it's simply because it hasn't been loaded yet. Now if you want that code to load every time you start a new drawing, you have to add it to your startup suite. Just click on Contents, Add, browse to your code, and click Open. And it just added that to my startup suite. One thing to note here is when you add something to your startup suite, it doesn't load it into your active drawing unless you loaded it here already. But when I close the drawing and open it, the startup suite will load it into the drawing. There's more ways to load Lisp files into drawings. I don't cover them in these tutorials, but just be aware that there are other ways to load Lisp files. One thing I want to show you about loading Lisp files is you might be getting a warning message coming up, something about a trusted location. If you want to fix that or make that warning message disappear, just go into your options, Files, find trusted locations, and for me, I've decided on a place to store all my Lisp files, and I've added that to my trusted location. So that'll stop that warning message from coming up in case you guys are getting that. The code works great in paper space, but if someone accidentally uses the command in model space, it actually starts trying to grab that rectangle. I'd rather just exit the command. So to do that, we have to search for a variable. What variable can we utilize to make that behave a bit better? The answer is a CTAB. It says enter new value for CTAB. Since I only have 2 tabs in my drawing, if I type layout 1, it just goes to that layout. Let's go back into model. So we can rename layout 1, but we can't rename model. The model tab is always going to be the model tab. So we can take advantage of that. So I want this code just to end if you're in model space, and maybe leave a little message for the user. So let's add something that's going to do that for us. So if equals getvar CTAB model, oops, this program, I'm going to tell you what it does in just a little bit. Let's put this text on a new line. This print command, you'll see what it does. It just prints a line of text. Cannot use this command in model space. Oops. So I'm just going to exit the command. That's all this does. So that's why we need this program, because normally you can only run one snippet of code for your if true statement, and same goes for your or else statement. But if we add this here, we can now run 2 things, and then we just have to close that off, of course. So basically, if the layout is anything but model, or if we're in any tab other than model, the command's going to run like it did before. If not, it just exits the command. So let's reload that. Let's make sure it works like we want. Okay, so we get a bit of an ugly message here, but it's not. This will create us absolutely no problem. There are ways to make it not do this, error trapping, but I'm not going to get into that in this tutorial series. very important aspect of AutoLisp, of course, error trapping, but yeah, I'm tons of great stuff online regarding that, and I might do a tutorial on that in the future, of course, as well. Let's go into layout 1. Let's make sure it still works. Yeah, it's still going. So that concludes this video tutorial series. I hope you found it useful. My intent was to start you off from having no knowledge of AutoLisp, or a very basic knowledge, and finish with a code that you'll actually be able to use in your everyday workflow. So yeah, hopefully I achieved that. I am going to upload new AutoLisp tutorials in the future. One tutorial, I'm going to show you how to insert a block with AutoLisp using a lot of the code we learned in these tutorials. A more advanced tutorial series I'm planning is how to write a command similar to AutoCAD's lengthen command, but this command will lengthen the line from the center of the line instead. It's not something you'll use every day, maybe you will, but it gives me an excuse to teach you a ton of interesting and useful code. So stay tuned for that in the future. Thanks very much for watching.